Okay, we've got something a little bit different today. This is a little bit of a challenge video. So you're not learning anything new, you're revising all the things that we've been looking at before. Make sure before you do this, you've looked at angles. There's an angle video for you to look at. Make sure you've looked at 2D shapes. It's a 2D shape video. And make sure you've looked at different types of lines. There's a line video. So we are going to recognize and put all these together when we look at different objects around the world, basically. And here I've got one of my favourite objects. It is, of course, the Union flag. The Union flag. Not the Union Jack, because that's, of course, a flag that flies on the back of a ship. But this is the Union flag, which is the flag of the United Kingdom, of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. So this is the UK's flag. It's actually made up of 3 different flags. You might see them in there. The red cross is the England flag. So there is England. That's the cross of St George. The white cross in the blue, which you can see in the background, is this one, St Andrew's cross, which is this cross of Scotland. And then the red diagonal cross you see going across there is actually the Irish St Patrick's cross. St Patrick's cross of Ireland. And they've all been put together. You might be saying to yourself, where's poor old Wales? Well, it's not actually represented on the UK flag, which is really, really sad, quite a shame. Maybe you could draw yourself a nice dragon in the middle of it to show the Welsh spirit. Real shame that they're not in the flag. So, this is the Union flag. And what we're going to do is we're going to spot as many features as we can in the flag. So, you're going to do this one with me, and then I'm going to set you a challenge of something to do. And what I'd like you to do, I want you, maybe you could just draw one. I want you to spot as many right angles, obtuse and acute. Remember, right angle, yeah, is where it's 90 degrees. Obtuse is where it's more than 90 degrees. Acute is where it's less than 90 degrees. Go back to the video if you need to remember that. I can see all sorts of those on here if you look carefully. Can you spot any 2D shapes in there? I don't mind if you need to draw some lines to mark them out. Also, can we see parallel lines? Remember, parallel train, 2 lines that never meet. Can we have perpendicular? Perpendicular cross, the lines that go to a right angle. So actually, wherever you see a right angle, you're probably seeing perpendicular lines. Can you find any horizontal? Remember, those are flat to the ground lines. And can you see any vertical, straight down, vertical lines that stand straight? Think of me, I am like one big vertical line. So, your job, I'm going to pause you now. Can you spot them? Off you go, pause. Right, now that you are back with me, let's have a look. And it would be good if I colour-coded some of these, but I probably can't because I don't have enough colours. I'm going to get my green out for some parallel lines that I find. It's full of parallel lines. What we often do to mark a parallel line, we use a little arrow. So I've got parallel lines here, haven't I? Parallel lines here. I've got parallel lines here and here. I've actually got parallel lines on this cross going here, 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 and here. And you might have also spotted the top parallel lines on this side, parallel lines. So there's parallel lines all over. Are these 2 lines parallel? Well, they're not parallel because unlike a train track, these 2 meet, don't they? So we have not got parallel lines there. Okay, maybe you can spot some of those. I think that's about all I can spot for now. Perpendicular, I'm going to do perpendicular and right angle at the same time. Shall we use purple for perpendicular and right angle? So, where can I see these angles? Ah, look here. Perpendicular, where it comes to a cross. Here, here, here. We often use this little square to mark a right angle because we know that squares, all the angles in a square are right angles, so we pop the little square in. Where else can I see? Do you know what? There are some hidden ones that you might not spot. Up here. There are little right angles, aren't there? Yep. Over here, right angle, right angle. Here's a right angle, here's a right angle, and here's a right angle. There's one, there's one. Okay. Not sure if you can spot any more. What about this angle here? Is that a right angle? It's not a right angle. It's bigger than a right angle, so it's obtuse. She'll go for the obtuse angles now. Let's mark our obtuse angles here. I think what colour is it? Black for our obtuse angles. Look, there's an obtuse. It's bigger. This one is bigger. There it is bigger. Oof, it's going to take me a while if I mark all of them. Hopefully you spotted some. Shall we go for some of the more obvious ones? I can actually see a right angle here in this shape. So what type of angles are this here and this here? Are they more or less than a right angle? Well, these are actually acute angles. I'll label these ones up here. These are acute angles. If I was measuring the one on the other side, however, that would be obtuse. Okay, there are loads of those to find on that shape. I'm not going to go through all of them. What 2D shapes do we recognise in here? Well, let's just go for some obvious ones. And do you know what I'm going to do? I'm actually going to draw some lines down here. I'm going to cheat a little bit just to make it a little bit easier for me. And what I've got here, I've got an oblong, oblong, oblong. These are the rectangles. I can see my triangle, 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 triangle. Now, interesting, because these shapes over here, what are they? Well, if I look on here, these lines coming from this side, if you look on the flag, are actually different to these ones at the top. The ones at the top here have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides. 6 sides means that that is an irregular hexagon. It's irregular because they're not all the same length. This one here has 1, 2, 3, 4 sides, which means that that is a quadrilateral. A little bit confusing, isn't it? So, although I haven't drawn it very accurately, actually this one and this one are different shapes to this one and this one. And this is a irregular hexagon, and these two are quadrilaterals. Okay, a little bit confusing, I realise, but don't worry. So if you spotted those, congratulations. So, your job. What is your job? Well, what I'd like you to do is I want you to draw me a picture of your house. It doesn't have to be your house, it could be an imaginary house if you want. And on that shape, I want you to label for me parallel lines, perpendicular lines, horizontal, vertical. I want any right angles, obtuse angles, acute angles that you might notice, and also, can you spot any 2D shapes? I'm going to just show you a little example of how I might do that. Just quickly here, I'm going to rub out a little bit of space inside the Union flag. Look, this is a bad example. I don't want to see it this bad. Okay, you can do better than this. Okay, so look, if I drew that as my house, which is not a good house, it's a bit boring. I bet there's more features you can think of than that. Well, I can see a big square here for the shape. I can see a triangle for the roof. I can see a right angle in there. I can see rectangles for windows. I see parallel lines for my door, parallel lines for the sides of the walls. Do you get the picture, the sort of thing I want you to do? It's got to be a lot better than that. Your job, draw me a house, label as many features as you can find. Off you go.